Okay, you are saying about your model that you implemented. You have
Yes.
tried to learn about the already developed systems which are working well and which are already simplifying the sentence for English grammar, particularly English grammar.
Yes,
Because there
ma'am.
are ready tools, many ready tools are available. So have you tried to see that how they are working, what approach they are using, or what is the efficiency of those particular tools? Have you tried to learn that in the literature survey?
Yes, ma'am. We have tried to use other methods like RNNs and encoder decoder, but to for our study we limited to comparing only one baseline and our modified architecture. That's it.
Okay, and why you have chosen the transformer neural network only?
Ma'am, firstly, compared to like things like RNNs and CNNs or even encoders and decoders, transformers have this attention mechanism which is like very, very good at retaining the long-term dependencies or long-term meanings in the sentences. Things like architecture like RNN, they quickly they forget or they don't remember the details which is in the start of the sentence. And we felt after doing some testing and some evaluation, we found out that the original transformer network only did well. On top of that, we tried to specifically customize it, modify it to suit sentence simplification.
Okay. Do you feel that if you will apply some natural language processing approach in which the syntactic structure will be more elaborated, and then we can more correctly? Do you feel so?
Sorry, ma'am, I couldn't hear you. Could you repeat that question?
Uh, I'm saying you that if we will apply some natural language processing techniques in which the syntactic structure of the sentence will be extracted, and then by learning that, if we will be simplifying the sentence, whether it will give more good results as compared to transformer neural network. What do you think?
Ma'am, I think that it might or may not give, but a better idea is to utilize that as a feature and give it to the transformer along with the sentence. So here you'll have both your sentence and your semantic structure. So that time this combination would actually probably do a better job than what we are doing right now.
Okay. So I would like to suggest you that you explore more literature survey, because there are several systems which are already giving such a result. So you should compare your work with them.
Okay, ma'am. Yes,
Efficiency,
ma'am.
what sort of the efficiency those already developed systems or the research are giving, and what is your efficiency, so that you can go ahead with this work.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay, thank you. Now
Shastri
next.
sir, you are having some question.
Uh, Regarding the there may be a lot of heterogeneities in terms of syntactics, semantics, and schematics. When you consider the alphanumeric characters within words and sentences, have you considered more precisely um, the alphanumeric characters within words
Yeah.
that consist of so many sentences that you can optimize these characters within words and sentences? And my second question is, have you considered only English language? There may be other languages um, which can be, the words and the sentences can be optimized in a meaningful way, like you can bring better semantics.
Yes, sir. So for your second question, we actually limited our study to the simple Wikipedia dataset, English Wikipedia dataset. One reason was this, because first of all, we don't have a good language on, probably like French or German or even regional languages. we don't have good grasp on that. So visually comparing it and understanding whether a model was performing well was one thing. Secondly, the data sets available on such a large scale for languages other than English are limited and are well not that well documented. So that is one reason which we stuck to English. But that is a very good point that we should make a model which can process even other languages and optimize other language sentences as well. And to your first question, so basically we in the English Wikipedia data set, we actually filtered out a lot of the data, or the 1% of the data which had a lot of these alphanumeric characters, because most of the Wikipedia data set is mostly just common phrases and sentences which you use commonly. These numeric alphanumeric values like dollars and some special symbols and all were much less relevant. And like I mentioned, we replaced them by non-breaking white spaces so that our model can first perform much better on actual language simplification, then handle more unknown characters like these type of things.
Recently, we presented a paper in Hyderabad in ICIS, one of the best conferences, regarding the alphanumeric characters, how they can be accommodated in the in optimizing the words and sentences. I think Neelam can be able to explain in a better way. She is the main author of that paper. I presented it actually in Hyderabad in January. So in that we have given better idea of the how the heterogeneities within sentences and words can be optimized in a way that it can convey better semantics. You can read that paper. If Neelam is there, I think she can share that paper with you. And you read that paper, and a lot of interesting ideas are given in that paper.
Yes, sir, definitely. I will do that. Any other questions from anyone? Suggestions as well?
I think there are no other questions. Madam, you can just call the next participant.
Yes. Thank you, Sai Samarth. Now I would like to call paper ID 15. Paper ID 15. Please share your presentation. Rajat Ahmad. Rajat Ahmad. Shrikanta Das. Paper ID 15. I'm audible or not?
Yes, madam, you are audible. I think the participant is not there, I think. So we'll just take them after that.
26. Paper ID 26. Are you ready? Paper ID 26. Akash Goradia.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so paper 26, paper ID 26. Please share your presentation. If paper ID 15 joins the meeting, we can take next to paper ID 15 after completing 26.
Is it visible?
Not yet. Yes, it is visible.
Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sairaj. We'll be presenting paper ID 26, which is music generation using Bodycam. Nowadays, there's a huge demand for new music for entertainment as well as for marketing reasons. Music plays an integral role in advertisements and making of a product. The need of timely music has drastically increased due to the upsurge of short-form content like reels and shorts. The process of hiring composers and composing music is most of the times very time-consuming and very costly. Thus, it is essential to automate the process using AI. Temporal nature of music poses a challenge requiring models to effectively capture long-term dependencies of a musical key and as well as short-term patterns in measure. Thus, current methods used for generating music, like coherence, most of the times are monorhythmic. A literature review consisted of research on GANs and transformers for music generation. But the training of deep learning bidirectional transformers for language understanding is a language representation model. It uses masked language model (MLM) pre-training objective. It can pre-train deep bidirectional representations from unlabeled text by jointly conditioning on both left and right context in all layers. As a result, it can be fine-tuned with just one additional output layer to create state-of-the-art models for a wide range of tasks. Generating music with sentiment using transformer GANs proposes a transformer GAN model of symbolic music conditioned by data retrieved from human sentiment. It is a generative model which synthesizes songs based upon values of balance and arousal that correspond to perceived sentiment. It uses MLE pre-training and adversarial training to understand the relationship between musical structure and effect. Symbolic music generation with transformer GANs proposes a new framework for generating long-term coherent music based on adversarial training of transformers. It uses a pre-trained span-bud model for the discriminator of the GAN and also Gumbel softmax trick to obtain a differentiable approximation of the sampling process. But as the discriminator is used to extract sequence embeddings followed by a pooling and a linear layer. Pop music transformer, beat-based modeling and generation of expressive pop piano compositions proposes an approach to build a pop music transformer that composes pop piano music with better rhythmic structure. Transformer Excel was used to learn to compose pop piano music using REMI as the underlying data representation. REMI is a novel MIDI-derived event representation for sequence model-based composition of expressive piano. GANs, or generative adversarial networks, a class of deep learning models consisting of two neural networks, a generator and a discriminator, that train simultaneously through an adversarial process. Generator takes random noise as the input and generates synthetic data in the context of image generation. For example, generator recreates images that ideally resemble real images. Discriminator evaluates input data and attempts to distinguish between real and fake data. It is essential to a binary classifier that assigns a probability of being real to a given input. Generator and discriminator in a competitive fashion. The generator aims to produce data that is indistinguishable from real data, and the discriminator aims to correctly classify whether the input is real or fake. The training process involves iteratively improving both networks. Transformer employs a self-attention mechanism, enabling simultaneous consideration of entire input sequence. This mechanism allows each element to weigh different parts of the sequence, capturing long-range dependencies efficiently with multi-head attention and positional encoding to address sequence order. Transformers enhance the capacity to learn diverse patterns. The architecture includes feed-forward neural network, layers normalization, and residual connections, promoting stability and effective learning. According to our research, GANs have proved to be efficient in training transformers for music generation. And BERT has achieved state-of-the-art performance on various natural language processing benchmarks. A methodology outlines the process of AI-powered music generation, leveraging the BERT transformer and the GAN architecture. Our methodology involves using latent vectors to generate a sample of music in the form of mirror data, using the actual mirror data samples to verify the correctness of the generated data. The lag piano roll dataset was used for our experimentation. There's over 1 lakh multi-track piano rolls obtained from the lag MIDI dataset. LBD consists of samples of jazz music. The sequences are divided into patches and converted into feature vectors for analysis. One of the samples of the music was created. The output of a discriminator is a prediction map wherein each unit represents a distinct patch within the sequence. In other words, for every set of musical symbols with a length matching the patch size, there exists a corresponding value that predicts the authenticity of the patch. A mean opinion score was computed to evaluate the quality of the produced music. A sample has of 50 participants with non-musical background was randomly selected to rate the authenticity of the audio, using a scale ranging from 1 to 5. The assessments included human recordings, music produced through alternative techniques, and music produced by Ganbert model. Each sample was equally presented in the evaluation. The highlight of the analysis was that the human-centered music was given a rating of 4.1, whereas BirdGAN was given 3.3. Future enhancements might include data expansion, exploring alternative data sets and incorporating diverse musical styles to enrich training data, and enhancing the model's ability to capture various musical nuances. And also further refinement of the GAN-BIRD model can also be done. Thank you. More questions?
Okay. Can you please tell me that what is the actual input and what will be the output?
So the input is a latent vector and the output is a MIDI data. Basically, those are the pitch values, a certain kind of representation to represent music on a computer.
No, I'm not getting the answer. Are you listen? Are you able to listen my question?
Can you repeat?
My question is that have you implemented this?
Yes.
By using which platform or language?
TensorFlow.
Python or what means
Python.
anything? Python. Okay. So what is the input and what is the output?
The input even was the MIDI data. It is one of the ways to represent the pitches or the music in the computer. Actually, that's the output.
What
And
is the format of the input?
It's MIDI. So basically, huh? No, sorry.
What is the format? Whether it's a what format
actually,
or what?
the input is a random vector. And the output you get is in the form of the music.
Output is in which form?
MIDI format. MIDI.
MIDI format. Okay. What is the application of this? Why you are doing this?
Basically, like the commercials and the short form content which requires new type of music, which needs to be created very fast. Like like short form content is uploaded on a very large scale basis every day. So it's difficult to compose music for each of it. So generating music will be I think a better option to quickly get the short form content out.
Generating music means actually I'm not getting means what sort of music you are trying to generate.
So like to assist, suppose there is some kind of short form content like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts to accompany it, like for advertising and marketing. For that type of things, you're hoping to use it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank
If
you.
participants have questions, please
Hello,
ask.
Sairaj, I'm Shastri here. Suppose I have a couple of questions. First one is if we have melody, then pop and classic, will there be different inputs and outputs?
So basically, the data that we were using, it only had jazz music in it. So like currently only jazz music is outputted. So like for further research, we are thinking of using conditional GAN to give a condition on it to generate the different genre.
And my second question is, do you think there is an application in the human being enhancing the cognition? I mean, mental health.
Yeah. I mean, like if a person likes to listen to a certain kind of music, we can generate that kind of music for him. I don't know, like it doesn't have to depend on someone else to generate music. He can listen to the music he likes by generating it himself. So he can listen to it.
Because for Hindustani and then for classical like Carnatic music, there will be fast beats, like frequency is different. How do you manage that?
So then, like, what frequencies? I mean, didn't get that.
like um, when you may have heard the Carnatic music, and you may have heard Hindustani, because there are longer beats, and then in Carnatic music it is very fast.
You mean
So
the
how do you manage these frequency characters within the music, and then how do you handle the input and output
you mean the
in the modeling?
you mean the cycle of like
Cycle,
10 in
yeah.
the 12-bit cycle?
Correct.
Yeah. So if the input is like that, so if the training data has the cycles of a particular raga, then the output will capture that. But if we don't give it, then it won't.
Okay, thank you, Sairaj.
Thank you.
One question. For testing, which data set you have used?
We split
Whether
that
the Indian music data set or the Western one?
Western, or we use jazz music for it.
Huh?
We use jazz.
Jazz music. So Western music, na?
Yeah.
So there will be lots of differences that you have to manage while implementing, because Hindustani music or Indian classical music.
Hmm. So, hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you are
Yes.
audible. You are audible.
It's a request to the presenters if you can keep your camera on so that, but at least we have an idea to who you're talking.
Hello, whether I'm
Hello.
audible?
Yeah, ma'am.
The question was that there will be the difference between the Indian music and the Western music when we are going to handle, or when we are going to do the activity of generating the music. Have you tried to find out the differences, or have you studied in that way, that what will be the difference between the Indian music and the Western music when you are going to extract the features, various features of the music while generating? The different features will get generated. So there will be the differences in that. Have you studied accordingly?
No, actually, we focused on the jazz music aspect
So
for
you
now.
cannot actually compare it with the Indian music in any way. Okay. So next, paper ID 27. Paper ID 27. Or if paper ID 15 is there, then paper ID 15 can also present. Paper ID 15. Paper ID 15 is there.
No, I think paper ID 15 is not there. We should go ahead with 27, I think so. 27
Okay.
Yes,
Paper
yes,
ID
ma'am.
27.
Okay.
Okay. So please share
27.
your presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
Paper ID 27. Yes.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Not yet. Yes, it is now. Make it full screen.
Okay. Yes. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tanaya Pathak, and I'm from third year engineering, studying computer science. So, my research paper is
Please make
about.
your presentation full screen.
Yes, ma'am, it is full screen.
No, but your slides and that properties and all that things, even your window bar is also there.
Ma'am, is it now full screen?
Okay, continue.
Ma'am, just a second, my paper. Ma'am, can I start after this? My paper actually.
No problem, Tanaya. You can continue now. Share it likewise, no problem.
Just a second.
Share it by the way that you have shared earlier.
Yes, just a minute. Okay.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone, and respected dignitaries. My name is Tanaya Pathak, and I'm from third year engineering, studying computer science. So my research paper is about cybersecurity in healthcare industries, challenges and solutions. So the introduction. This presentation explores the pressing issue of cybersecurity in healthcare, highlighting the challenges and proposing blockchain as a solution for enhanced security and privacy. Basically, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the protecting of electronic information and assets from unauthorized access, use, and disclosure. There are three goals of cybersecurity: protecting confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information, also known as CIA triad. So, the problem statement about this is understanding cybersecurity threats, types of attacks, impact, and cost. So basically, in healthcare industry, cybersecurity is a main issue because a patient's information is the first priority, uh, and because of cybersecurity, it can get caused and it can corrupt or anything can happen, and it is affected. The patient are getting affected because of this. Literature review is telehealth reliance, phishing attacks, and policy easing. Okay, so the research results showed that a holistic approach that incorporates people, technology, and adherence to regulations is required to mitigate cybersecurity threats in the healthcare sector. The study has implications for policymakers, vendors, or designers of healthcare technologies, and healthcare institution managers. So, basically, the method to solve this is first we have to define the objective, evaluate the criteria, collect the data, analyze the data, formulate recommendations, and then implement the strategies.
Tanaya,
So,
sorry
in
to disturb you. Tanaya, 1 minute. You are not
yeah,
showing the slides, means only your title slide is visible. Are you not displaying the slides? Next slide. I can see only the title slide. Yes, yes.
now is it visible?
Yes, now I can see research and discussion.
Results and discussion. Yeah, I don't know what is
Please
happening.
explain.
Yeah, so the result and discussion. Uh, is that the security is enhanced using blockchain. Now, what is blockchain? Blockchain is something which is used, which is a shared immutability. No, it is a system for tracking anything with value secretly, transparently, and cost efficiently. So the in this using the security is managed, the privacy is getting secured, and it is used in future also. For the conclusion, cybersecurity in healthcare is imperative. Deposit robust systems. The threat of cyber attacks persists. Learning from past breaches, healthcare organizations must prioritize cybersecurity to protect patients and maintain trust. And future enhancement is that the risks are reduced by improving privacy and improving the technologies which are used in the hospitals. And these are some of the references which we have used. Ma'am, can you see my slide?
I can see result and discussion slide.
Oh my God.
The second slide I can see that is the results and discussion. Now I can see thank you slide.
Okay, so now you can see this slide. Now this introduction.
You were sharing the original window, not the presentation, madam. That's why we cannot see that. So either you share the entire window or selectively the window which is for the presentation.
Anyway, Tanaya, have you finished your?
Yes, ma'am, I have finished, but the slides are not visible. Ma'am, they are.
No problem, Tanaya. I have one question to ask you. Are you able
Yes.
to listen me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can you answer that what are actually the threats, particularly in healthcare system? Cyber
What are
threats.
actually?
The cyber threats that you find in healthcare systems, because you have chosen healthcare domain, na?
Yes, yes.
So what are particularly the threats that you observe that they are there, and therefore there should be some research that one should do so that we can avoid them, or we can
Yes, yes. So the threats are basically the data breaches. Like the data gets corrupted, or the data is vanished, or it is not present in the system of the hospital. And then cyber criminals are also there. Then ransomware is also there. Means the people are getting notifications like your account is debited or is credited by, means they are taking money from people.
Okay. So the financial transactions that are get done in the healthcare system, that you mean to say?
Yes. And data protection is also a very critical issue. Like the data should be protected, which is the higher priority.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are legal risks also. Like if the hospitals are blamed for it. If any data is gone or any data is vanished, the hospitals are blamed for it. So there are legal issues also there.
Okay. So what sort of solutions you have identified which are currently in exist in the literature survey, or you want to propose some solution?
So my solutions are basically the security should be more, and the hospital should use this technology, the advanced technologies, like
What sort of advanced?
the machines should be advanced. Like they should not take any they should not take lightly on what the machines they are using. Like even it being OTT or the machines which are on the registration office. And the information which
these are very common ethics that we follow while performing the financial transactions, whether it might be in the healthcare domain or it might be in some other domain. But what particularly the solutions you identified, technical solutions or any approach you have learned in the literature review, which are solving currently or working currently on this particular topic? Have you studied in that way?
Yes, I mean at some level, but I will surely study more about it.
Okay, Tanay. So do it really in the literature review. You should do the study of all these approaches, and then
Yes,
you
and
can
ma'am,
write.
I'm really sorry, my slides are not visible. I'll try to make it if you are allowing me.
Okay, okay, no problem, Tanaya, for the slide presentation, but you should do the study of your literature review properly, first of all, because the domain knowledge and the basic knowledge you have to first of all acquire, and then
Yes,
only you can propose something new.
yes,
Otherwise, no. Hmm? Okay, okay. Thank you, Tanaya. If anybody is having question, please ask. Otherwise, paper
Hello,
ID 13 is ready.
sorry, Tanaya.
Tanaya.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Shastri here.
Yes.
I have one question regarding the blockchain. I have not seen all your slides, but I could see only the blockchain slide. How do you manage because in blockchain technology, the services are decentralized. And
Yeah.
how do you assess the confidentiality and the records hacking at
Yes. Yes.
each and every node?
Yeah. So
It,
basically, blockchain is a method of recording information, right?
mhm.
And it is impossible if you are using blockchain. It is impossible for the system to be changed, hacked, or manipulated. So yeah.
And do you think there is a solution when you adopt IoTH, the Internet of Things healthcare,
Yes.
location-based healthcare services?
No, I didn't get your question. Could you please repeat?
IoTH, Internet of Things with
Yes.
healthcare
Yes.
focus. And they are location-based healthcare services. I think they are also decentralized, and you need to have a firm solution in terms of protecting the customer data, hacking and
Yeah, so
corruption,
the
all these
IoT
issues.
devices which are decentralized, as you are saying, so they
Mhm.
automatically collect the health matrices like heart rate, blood pressure, temperature from people who are not physically present in the healthcare faculty.
Okay, good luck, Tanaya, and thank you very much for your presentation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Next paper ID 39. Paper ID 39. Again, the paper ID 39 is by the author Rajat Ahmad. So I think Rajat is not present. So we should go for next paper, paper ID 40. Paper ID 40. Paper ID 40, author Prem Kumar.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute, ma'am.
So please share your presentation so that complete presentation can be visible. Share it as a complete screen.
Other people, please keep your presentations ready.
Hello.
Hello? Yes.
Ma'am, is my presentation or screen visible, ma'am?
No, it is not visible.
Just reshare. It was visible for some time.
I'm resharing it, sir, the entire screen.
Yeah.
Is it visible now, sir?
Yes, it is visible. I think madam has some delay on her network. It should be visible.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, no
So,
problem.
namaskar, ma'am. Namaskar, sir. I am Prem Kumar, and I'm from Parul Institute of Design, Parul University. And the topic that I'm going to talk about is a new era of art, the revolutionary impact of generative adversarial networks, or we can say GANs, on digital art. Right now, we are living in a world where art is not just created by artists. We can see a lot of websites or applications are popping up on every or daily basis that basically helps create different kind of images. So the big question that rises to in front of us is: are really machine going to replace artists? Are they really that much creative? So in this paper, I've basically talked about what are the areas where this machine learning or this GANs can be used, or they can help the artists. Before moving further with the presentation, I want to talk about.
Sorry to disturb, Prem Kumar, but yet I am not visible your presentation. Whether others are able to visualize the screen?
Yes, madam, we can see that.
I can see.
Maybe,
Yes,
madam, you can just once again just disconnect and reconnect. Sometimes bandwidth problem might be there.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can see.
So, sir, should I continue with my presentation?
Just a minute. Let madam sort it out.
Okay.
Yes.
Just let me
Now
know, sir.
It is visible.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so before moving further with the presentation, I want to talk about what generative adversarial networks are. And before my presentation, also there was one researcher who has also talked about what GANs are. So GANs are basically artificial intelligence algorithms that are specifically designed to produce textual or visual contents. And the main feature of GANs is they basically create novel or new data, and the data is based on the training data set. GANs can be divided into two parts, specifically generator and discriminator. We will talk more about this in the coming slide. My paper is based on secondary research, and I have basically reviewed somewhere around 53 sources. The sources basically include research papers, which I found on Google Scholar, and I've also researched on web articles that are related to my area. Out of those 53 articles, I've sorted down which are relevant or which I can use to shape my paper, and the number of those papers are 37. So basically, GANs can be divided into two components: one generator and second is discriminator. Both generator and discriminator are basically trained on a specific data set. And when an artist or when a person gives a command to generate a particular image, the generator basically looks at the data set, and it on the basis of that training, it basically creates an image. And the discriminator basically checks that image and with the real image from the data set, and it tries to find out whether that image is real or fake. And on the basis of that, the discriminator provides a feedback whether that image is real or fake. The generator, after receiving that feedback, it basically reworks on that on those areas where discriminator has provided feedback on. So this process continues till the time generator creates is a really great image, we can say, that basically helps fool that discriminator. And this is how the image is generated. And it is quite fast. After giving prompt, we can see the result is out in maximum of 20 or 30 seconds. The significance of GAN can be like GAN basically helps artists we can see with the advancement of technology, there are always some questions whether that thing is going to eat up jobs of artists or not. Definitely, it is going to have an impact on the industry, art industry. But if the artist accommodate it's himself or herself according to the advanced changes, they will basically be able to generate more fast inputs. They can use generative networks, generative adversarial networks to generate ideas and to refine their images. There are different ways where this generative adversarial network can be useful. Like they can help artists generate diverse artistic expression or diverse artistic styles. They can create realistic images. They can help restore already existing images which are either worn out or they are damaged. Recently, there are different models of GANs that basically help mimic the style of renowned artists. Apart from that, there is a specific segment in the market also, which basically relates to AI generated content. Other than that, there are tech giants like Adobe, Nvidia, Google. They all are investing into the development of these GAN systems. This slide basically talks about the existing areas where GAN is helpful. Like GAN can help in generation of different artistic styles. Artists can mix 2 or 3 artistic styles and they can generate a new art or new style using GANs. Other than that, AI can help artists to generate unique artworks. It can help them to initialize their work when there is there is nothing coming in their mind. In that case, generative adversarial network can help them get that something which they can start with. Other than that, there is a new segment created by this machine learning system called deepfake. And we can see there are a lot of news going on in recent days about deepfake, whether it is going to be beneficial or uh, it is going to be used for the negative sense. But it is something, if used positively, it can definitely help different areas. Like if we talk about education, in that case, specifically in history, if a historical character is there and if he himself or herself tells the story of that particular era or that particular time, that would be more engaging for the students. Other than that, GAN is also used in art restoration as well, where the existing images, whether they are worn out or I've already, as I mentioned in my previous slide, if your image required some manipulation, or if your image requires some restoration, in that case, GAN can be used. GAN is specifically used. It basically helps artists create unique artworks. And apart from just image, GANs can also be used for different kind of text generation or poetry generation. They might help persons, or they can help persons to change specific areas of a particular image. Like in Photoshop, Photoshop is a very popular tool to edit photographs. The generative feature of that Photoshop, they basically allows you to even change your clothes. And it has basically also created new possibilities for the art industry or art market, or for the collectors as well. Uh, with the advancement of technology, there are definitely some areas where some ethical considerations should be considered. And the first area where this ethical consideration should be done is the ownership and attribution. We can see the GANs are basically trained on a large database, and that database basically might include some copyrighted content or some personal content. And in that case, it might be a little bit tricky to finally analyze whether the finally generated work is a copyrighted work or it is just a referenced work. Other than that, GANs can also be used to create harmful or hoax content that basically looks a little bit more realistic. And we are already seeing different celebrities, deepfake videos are being created recently. So this is where deepfake is mostly used nowadays. Other than that, it might affect the traditional artists' work also. Other than that, privacy is one area where we can think like a large database on which the GANs are trained. They might have some personal information. In case, in that case, they might create some privacy related issues as well. The challenges that we are currently facing are, first one is mode collapse, which basically is like the GANs are not able to create a diverse images. They are basically creating similar images of similar natures. Other than that, non-convergence or instability are also there, which basically is going to result into low quality images. Other than that, there are some areas like whenever we are giving prompt, the final result which is basically generated may not be actually according to that prompt. So precision control is something which is missing at the moment. Other than that, the computational cost is quite much. So it is really difficult to reduce GAN's computational cost at the moment. Uh, Talking about the current advancements and future directions, as I've already talked about that there are big tech giants like Nvidia, Adobe, Google, Microsoft who are investing into it. So this basically means that in the future the technology is going to be more the highly customizable. The resolution wise also it is going to be really great. It would be more interactive, more immersive in nature. And I would like to quote an example from application which was developed in July 2023 called DragGAN. It is basically a revolutionary technique which basically allowed the person to change the to basically change the pose of a particular thing. Like I have shot something on a particular pose, and later on if I realize that the pose is not something which I wanted, so I can change that pose also. So this is how the technology has advanced at the moment. In conclusion, I would like to say that GANs definitely are going to help artists generate different kind of artworks. The use, if the GANs are used in ethical ways, they are definitely going to change the entire art industry. And Nvidia and like the tech giants who are into this into the investment areas, they are definitely going to change the face of GANs. There are recently some ethical, because of that ethical considerations, some restrictions or some rules or laws are being in the creation process to avoid that misuse of deep fake images. These are the references that I have used in my for shaping my paper. Thank you. Any questions?
I'm audible.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Um, have you have you just made a study on this particular topic, that is GAN and digital art, or have you tried to do some experiment also?
No, it is based on secondary research, ma'am. Because there are different articles available, but directly related to digital art, there are hardly any article available. So I've gathered
No,
the different.
what I'm asking, that have you just make a study, or have you done any experiment? Have you implemented anything?
I have used, but I have not created any specific model for this.
Okay, so you have explored this particular topic and have learned or acquired some knowledge regarding this. Yes?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so who is the creator of this GAN
Uh,
using digital
GAN
art?
was first introduced in 2014 by Goodfellow.
Okay. Which fellow? I'm not
Goodfellow
able
and
to listen.
Goodfellow and team.
Okay. So while doing this study, have you
Ji.
learned anything which you can say that these are the issues that the researcher should focus, and there is a scope so that the researcher can work further? Any direction have you find out?
Specifically related to the image quality, like there are different websites and the precision or details, like I have also mentioned in my presentation, like a precise control over the output is not yet available. So the future versions or future models might basically come with that thing.
Okay, so what sort of approach or what sort of technologies these people are using? Have you tried to focus on them, or have you tried to learn them?
Not that much, because I'm not that technical, ma'am. I'm basically a visual communicator. So I basically studied the overview of all these things.
Okay, so I have seen one slide in your presentation in which you have just shown one diagram, means architecture,
Yes.
and then there are two terms. One is the generator and the another one is discriminator. So what is
Yes,
actually the
ma'am.
role of discriminator?
Discriminator basically is, like, we can say it is like it is going to give feedback whether the generated image is like it is the architecture basically shows the play between or gameplay between generator and discriminator. It basically helps.
Here there is one a real image you are taking as input to the discriminator, and here the
Yes,
generated
ma'am.
image. So whether it is comparing or what exactly it is
It is
doing?
basically comparing, ma'am. It is basically comparing the
Image.
generated image and the real image from the data set on which it is trained. And it is
And
basically
how the
finding out whether
generator
the
is
generated
generating the image? How the generator is
pardon,
generating the image? This generator
uh,
component.
both these generator and discriminator are basically trained on a data set. So whatever prompt is given to generator basically reads that prompt, and it basically takes sample from the training data set. So it can be huge library of images on which they are trained.
Okay, and the real image will be your input image.
Real image, it is not a real image. I have shown this real image is like a discriminator basically takes the generated image and it basically compares it with the real image to find out whether that generated image is real or not.
Okay, what sort of features this discriminator takes into consideration?
Uh, it basically it refers to the training data set, whatever training it has been provided, like these kind of
The
things
features of
could be.
image, whether it is extracting some features of image.
It might be, ma'am. I'm not sure, but it might be.
Okay, okay. So
Like
I
there
think
are areas like there are
study.
areas like
Okay,
yes, pardon
so
me.
I think you should do study in that way so that you will get those details and you will understand how actually this system works.
Yes, definitely, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
If anybody have
Prem
question,
Kumar,
Yes, sir.
I'm Shastri here.
Yes, sir.
I like the slide number 6, the ethical considerations,
Yes,
and
sir.
because ethics is important.
Yes, definitely, sir.
Because there may be a lot of ambiguities in visual representation,
Yes, sir.
and this study has a role to play in security and defense applications.
Yes,
And we published a paper on fusion technology, image fusion technology, using MATLAB.
Okay.
So I think it is a good idea of comparing GANs with
Yes,
a
sir.
MATLAB already published a lot of work. And also many researchers use MATLAB to develop algorithms for fusion technology, in fusion technology.
Yes, sir.
So
There
I
were.
think I advise you to look into those papers and then substantiate it, the reasoning.
Yes,
Why
sir.
do you want to use GANs, and what is its application in terms of in defense and security? We publish, if you give me your email, I can forward the paper which we published in 2019. So it will be
Sure, sir.
interesting paper.
Definitely, sir.
And a lot of algorithms and flow diagrams were given in that paper. It will be
Yes,
interesting
sir.
for your research.
Sure,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Paper ID 51.
Yes, ma'am. Can you confirm? Am I audible and visible to you?
Yes, yes. I'm audible.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay, ma'am.
visible also.
Thank you, ma'am, for confirming. Meanwhile, I share a warm good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. Uh, please confirm, can you see my PPT?
Yes.
We can see your PPT, but not in presentation. Now it is in presentation mode. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, thank you so much. Firstly, it feels surreal to be back to SVKM family. So I am an ex-student of Narsi Munji, and I thank ICETD as well as UPG for this wonderful opportunity. Today, I, Charvi Hasmukh Shukla, a doctoral student in Human Resource Management, that is HRM area from XLRI Jamshedpur, stands in front of you to present my paper titled A Systematic Review on Future of Work in the 21st Century. Let me give you an idea that why you should spend 10 minutes of your life on this paper. Let's start with that today all the organizations are operating in something known as VUCA world. Here, there is a current ongoing debate in the realm of human resource as well as technology. There's a sweet spot which discusses that how industry 4.0 is shaping and what it will have impact on employment. This, so far I've understood that this conference comes from a technical perspective, and here I am bringing a human resource management perspective to it. Why this paper is important? It's because in the coming times, say in 10 years time period, a lot is expected to change when it comes to future of work and the employment scenarios in organizations. And that's why the primary research objective of this paper is to understand the future of work and employment in the light of technological advancements in the new millennium era from a holistic perspective. Now, why this particular research objective is there is because the future cannot be accurately predicted. Hence, it is very vital for us to adapt a holistic perspective. Now, what is different from previous work is that so far in the literature on future of work, there is a lack of holistic perspective or a multifaceted perspective, which can give an idea that what is happening in the employment scenario from all the angles, not just from the people angle, but from the other surroundings as well. And that's why the research question for this particular article is how will tomorrow look? Looking at the future of work from a multifaceted perspective. Let's dig forward. Now, what has been discussed in past is that a common element across all the literature concerning future of work, that is FOW, is from the area of either people, or it is talking from an area of perspective, from processes, or it is from technology perspective. And that's why what I do in this paper is that I bring the idea of PPT framework, that is people, process and technology framework, that is suggested by Bruce Schenger in early 90s. Now, this framework helps modern organizations to build a balance between people, process, and technologies aspect in an organization to improve efficiency and effectiveness. This vitally is used when a company is going through digital transformations. Moving ahead. So in this article, I have used a Prisma method for scanning data. I have used Scopus as well as Web of Science to source my articles. After multiple inclusion-exclusion criteria, the final sample for the review is 37 articles. Here, I have used two things. First, I have given you a systematic literature review. And further, to answer my research question that how tomorrow will look, I have undergone a thematic analysis. I have followed all the 6 steps given by Brown and Clark in 2006 papers on performing a thematic analysis. Giving you a sample of how thematic analysis was performed. First, a thorough reading of all the 37 articles is done and an Excel code workbook is maintained. Here, for example, on your left, you can see that first, Article 4. The descriptive code given is information technology skills. Second, Article 14. The descriptive code given is skill-specific occupational decline. Both these articles, somewhere down the line, had a common idea that reflects skills and values, which finally, when you integrate, the main theme that it contributes to is related to people. In the similar fashion, if I jump down to Article 11, here the descriptive code given is leading by feelings in future of work, which concerns leadership. Coming towards Article 11, that talks about de-routinization of job structures, which talked about job structure of an organization. This sub-theme finally had an underlying idea of processes of an organization, and that's why the main theme was processes. And finally, I come down to Article 3 that talked about AI and human collaboration. This had a sub-theme of AI as well as other technologies. Finally, the main theme it leads to is technology. And that's why overall, there are these three main themes that are identified from the 37 literature articles. Moving forward to the results, here giving you a brief idea that first, there are 7 sub-themes. First, that talked about skills and values. Second was about demographic changes. Third was leadership. All these collectively led to something known as people theme. Coming towards next, that talked about job structure, policy implications, and online mode of working. These 3 sub-themes collectively contributed to process theme. And finally, when I come towards AI, robotics, and other digital technology, this finally led to something known as technology theme. Totality, there are 3 perspectives or 3 themes that are identified throughout this paper, which ultimately help you to understand future of work better. Now, let me give you key findings of the article. Here, if from a people perspective, emotional intelligence is a key skill that will be important for leaders to have in the coming digital era. Apart from this, all employees are expected to have basic IT skills to survive in an organization. Another key finding is that the transformation of labor will be from routine to non-routine work. In a similar fashion, another very key important future skill is related to flexibility and the attitude of learning to learn. All these are the key findings from people perspective. Coming towards process perspective, here there is a prominent shift that is being witnessed among organizations from the convenient setups of maybe conducting conferences offline to moving towards a hybrid or virtual mode, what we are currently doing. Apart from this, having a change manager will be vital for all the organizations. Redesigning of jobs and rebuilding something known as industrial relations will be very important when it comes to a HR manager. Apart from this, digital communication will actually lead the structure of an organization to communicate things better in an organization in the digital era. When I come towards the technology perspective, here it is said that humans will actually indulge in working towards performances that are more intuitive in nature, while AI will be working towards things that are more analytical in nature. And that's where the differentiation between what work will be done by humans and machines can be made. Apart from this, there is an idea of super teams that will be leading future of work. Here, both the humans as well as machines will work hand in hand. Now, what plays a key role is something known as socio-technical system. Now, what is this? Socio-technical system is basically a workplace arena where both people and machine work hand to hand in the coming age of digital era. If you have understood it so far, let me give you a brief recap of what we have discussed. First, there was this idea of knowing what future of work is. Second, we moved towards research objective of understanding future of work and employment. Then we formed a research question that was how tomorrow will look from a multifaceted perspective. For this, a research method that we adopted was to first perform a systematic literature review, that is SLR, and then further we have used thematic analysis given by Brown and Clark to understand what are the main themes or main areas that impact future of work. In totality, we found there are 3 main areas, one related to people, another one was related to processes, and third and foremost right now is technology. Giving you a brief conclusion that in the last 5-10 minutes, what we have discussed is that what remains a constant important viewpoint throughout in the future of work area is that we need to strike a balance between people, process, and technology, the 3 pyramids that will control future of work in coming times. Here, What technology does is it will play a vital role, as now things have to revolve around technological development. First, technologies will be needed to develop from a socio-technical viewpoint, and this will aim at the coexisting relationships between humans and machines. Further, a very vital role from HR manager's perspective will step in the area of policy making, where policies will be needed to be shaped from a people-centered perspective in the technology area. And thirdly, to survive in this digital age, any organization will be needed a technology change management agent, or maybe in general, change management will become vital to survive in this area. From a leader's perspective, to end with, that a leader needs to be very flexible, and here they need to understand that now organizations will eventually transfer to something known as self-managed teams, and that's why they have to be proactive in their decision makings. If we have understood it so far, in future avenues, what can be done from a people perspective? Maybe they can conduct a study to compare that how people with and without IT skills will survive in an organization at various levels. Coming towards process perspective, here we can identify the prerequisite for a non-conventional setups across industries. Coming towards a technology area, we can explore the area of technological sustainability. Coming towards future of work in general, what we can do is we can understand how the role of government will maybe either facilitate or hinder the three aspects of future of work. And coming towards my last future direction, that is FD5, here you can actually use PPT framework on a real life organization to map its future of work practices across the years. I would like to end this presentation with a quote by Steve Jobs, that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm open for questions and suggestions now.
Okay, nice presentation, Charvi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I have a question that this future of work is a topic. Yes, I'm right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Why you feel so that you should choose this topic and present here?
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, this actually came from the idea that in the current time, there are two key words or key buzzwords that have been discussed. One is around technology and another is sustainability. Now, I come from a human resource management background, and here we are actually in my current thesis also, I'm trying to figure out that how human resources, our own organization systems will be impacted because of technology. And that's where there's a sweet spot where human resource management and technology make hand in hand. And that's why I thought the future of work was an important topic to be discussed here. And that's how I'm in front of you today, ma'am. I hope I somehow tried to answer you.
Yes, yes. Can you go to first slide? There is one word that I have read, VUCA, something like that. Yes.
Sure, ma'am. Is this one?
Can you explain about that word? What is it actually?
VUCA?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. VUCA is actually a management term which means V stands for volatility, U stands for uncertainty, C stands for complexity, and A stands for ambiguity. This actually short form VUCA is relevant from a perspective of organizations where today, in terms of volatility, it means that there is uncertainty. Anything can happen in the coming area due to there we operate in an surrounding which is uncertain. As I just mentioned, that future is going to be uncertain. And thus, VUCA is a concept of management perspective.
Okay.
If it helps, should I give you an example or it's fine by you?
Yes, it is fine. What is your opinion? What is your opinion whether there currently there is a balance for the use of technology? Whether the use of technology is much or what means as per the societal issues? I mean to ask. What is your opinion?
Ma'am, a very important question. Thank you for asking me that. In the current arena, as per the literature, it says that currently we are on a deficit. It means that human resource management is not able to properly use technology to its fullest aspects. For example, there is a department, maybe information system, that is able to match technology in terms of AI or maybe robotics. But when it comes to humans, we people are right now not trained. We don't have skills enough to use the technology. And that's why in the coming time, it is important for us at our end to develop skills to be able to use the technology which has been discovered.
Okay.
So I would say there is currently a deficit, imbalance.
Okay. Thank you. If anyone else have question,
Hasmukh is an interesting name. And
so it's Charvi, Hasmukh is my father, and Shukla is my surname. Nice to have you
good.
here.
And thank you very much. It's interesting presentation, and I like PPT. Especially the second P, the process is difficult to implement, and people, you are basically trying to match the people's skills with the technology availability.
Yes, sir. Rightly
and,
observed.
by means of the processing, and it's very difficult in industries today to process these people and technology.
True, sir.
Very complex industries. And have you identified any attributes in relation with these PPT, especially the processing? And did you do any qualitative analysis of those attributes, instances?
No, sir. That is actually the next step. So first, I performed a literature review, and second, now I'm moving towards data collection that will be qualitative and quantitative in nature. So that is in the books. That will happen next after this.
And you mentioned the information system. Information
Yes, sir.
system has a lot of role to play here, especially
True, sir.
PPT.
Yes,
in
sir.
connecting these various entities and attributes. And good luck with your study, and wish you good luck with your PhD. Are you doing
Thank
PhD?
you so much for your time. Yes, sir, I am.
Oh,
I am
okay,
doing my
good luck.
PhD
Thank you very
from
much. Have a nice
XLR
day.
Jamshedpur. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
sure.
sir.
Okay, bye.
paper ID 43. Paper ID.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Yeah, just a second, ma'am. I'll share the screen.
Mitali.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yeah. I hope, ma'am, my screen is visible.
Yes, it is. Please start, Mitali, your presentation.
Good afternoon, esteemed dignitaries, colleagues, and fellow researchers. Today, we, the authors, Midali Javrekar, Vedant Navange, Shubda Labre, and I, Ruchi Jha, are delighted to present a comprehensive review paper, a concise review of pothole detection techniques that dwells into the intriguing realm of pothole detection techniques. Potholes, ubiquitous on roadways worldwide, pose significant threat to road safety, infrastructure integrity, and economic productivity. Detecting these road hazards. Sorry, ma'am.
Yes, you continue.
Okay, ma'am. Detecting these road hazards effectively and efficiently has become a crucial area of research, with advancement in technology playing a pivotal role in addressing these challenges. In this presentation, we will navigate through the landscape of pothole detection techniques, exploring the diverse array of methodologies employed by researchers and practitioners alike. Our review encompasses a wide spectrum of approaches, ranging from traditional methods to cutting-edge technologies such as machine learning, computer vision, and sensor networks. By critically evaluating the strengths and limitations of each technique, we aim to provide valuable insights that can inform future researchers' directions and practical implementations. The proliferation of intelligent transportation system,
Sorry to
coupled with
disturb, Mitali, but your slides are not rolling. Slides. I can see just only the title slide. Go to next slide. The slide that you are explaining that you should scroll.
Ma'am, this is explaining right now. It images.
Whether others are visible, the next slides. I can see only the title slide.
Yes, ma'am. Only the title slide is visible.
Sumitali, please roll it or scroll it to the slide that you are explaining.
Yes, ma'am, we are trying.
Sorry, ma'am. Just a second.
Just don't unshare. You can just scroll the screen or you share the complete screen so that we can view whatever activity you are doing.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we are currently in introduction itself. Just a second. Ma'am, is it visible now, the introduction slide?
Might be coming.
No, it is not shared. Either you share the full screen mode or the entire screen.
Yeah, okay, just a second.
Nothing is shared as of now.
I hope now it's visible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Then
it
you
is
should
shared.
go to the particular slide now. Or
We are currently on the introduction slide. So Mitali, can you go to the second slide, please?
Yeah, sorry.
You have shared the PPT window, not the presentation. So either share the presentation or the presentation window.
Or you may scroll to the next slide, Mitali. You just scroll to the next slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Just click on second slide so that we can view second slide. You click on second slide so that it will get select.
Yeah. Okay.
Select second slide. Because two participants are in queue, so just scroll to second slide.
And she is moving her presentation view second slide, but she is sharing the original window. That's the problem. She is sharing wrong screen. She is sharing wrong screen.
So please play the presentation so that I think it will reach to the particular slide. Make slideshow from beginning. Click on from beginning and make slideshow and then make enter so that.
Can you see the introduction slide?
No.
Okay.
We have not shared anything.
Just
either share entire screen or share the presentation window.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sir. Now is it visible?
No, it is not visible.
I think my group members can share the screen.
Yeah, I'll share the screen with you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No problem. You just play your presentation starting from the first slide and we will just see what happens. Share it again.
Ma'am, can you see it? It's in the.
Ma'am, is it visible now?
No, we cannot see anything.
Yes, now it is visible. Introduction is visible.
Yes,
yes. Now what you do, you just make a click on that slide that you are explaining. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So, ma'am, I'll continue if it's visible. Okay. The proliferation of intelligent transportation systems, coupled with the increasing availability of sensor data and computational resources, has ushered in a new era of innovation and pothole detection. However, despite significant progress, several challenges persist, including varying road conditions, environmental factors, and the need for real-time detection in dynamic traffic scenarios. Through this review, we endeavor to shed light on these challenges while highlighting the potential opportunities for enhancing pothole detection systems. By fostering collaboration and cross pollination of ideas, we aspire to foster a holistic solution that transcend disciplinary boundaries and address the multifaceted nature of pothole detection. I'm on the next slide, ma'am. Problem statement. This review paper serves as a comprehensive resource for researchers and practitioners engaged in the development and implementation of pothole detection system, particularly those leveraging machine learning and deep learning techniques with image dataset. Our study offers a summary of approaches used for pothole detection, highlighting the advancement as well as the remaining challenges. The review encompasses sensing technologies, method for processing data, and machine learning paradigms that are used to solve the issue of pothole detection. Additionally, it explores limitations and unresolved questions in this field, such as the need for real-time detection reliability in weather condition and the development of cost scalable solution. The next slide is literature review. The following table shows 28 papers about pothole detection system which have used various technologies ranging from CNN, RCNN, ResNet, DarkNet, YOLO family, machine learning model, etc. For the ease of reading, we have explained each paper concisely in a table format, which highlights the merits and challenges of each paper. Sorry. From our analysis of the above-mentioned study, we have outlined the following findings. Number one, detecting accurate pothole dimensions and assessing severity remains a challenge for road maintenance. However, recent advancement in computer vision such as DarkNet CNN and Tiny YOLO offer promising solutions. These technologies utilize deep learning algorithms trained on diverse data sets to improve pothole detection and analysis. Despite ongoing challenges, the application of these advanced techniques enables more efficient road maintenance strategies, ultimately contributing to safer driving conditions. Number two, tracking and storing the coordinates of potholes using camera feeds represent a promising advancement in pothole detection research. By integrating computer vision algorithms with Geographic Information System (GIS), researchers can map the location of detected potholes onto digital map. This information not only provides valuable insights into the distribution and density of potholes, but also enables proactive road maintenance planning. Furthermore, by continuously updating the pothole database with real-time camera feeds, authorities can prioritize repair based on the severity and location of identified potholes, thereby optimizing resource allocation and enhancing road safety. Number three, while YOLO V5 has demonstrated impressive performance in pothole detection, particularly in real time application, limitations in accuracy may arise, particularly when detecting distant potholes. One potential solution to address this limitation is to improve the classification capability of the model. By refining the feature extraction and classification layer of YOLO V5, researchers can enhance the model's ability to accurately identify distant potholes, thereby improving overall detection accuracy and reliability. Number four, pothole detection using random forest, a popular machine learning algorithm, can be significantly improved through hyperparameter tuning. Random forest is known for its versatility and effectiveness in handling complex dataset. Through systematic experimentation and parameter optimization techniques like grid search or random search, researchers can fine tune the random forest model to achieve higher accuracy and better generalization, ultimately enhancing the reliability of pothole detection systems. Number five, looking ahead, the implementation of detailed dataset encompasses various road conditions beyond potholes, holds immense potential for advanced road infrastructure management. By expanding the scope of the dataset to include features such as humps, cracks, and surface deterioration, researchers can develop more comprehensive and versatile detection systems. Number six, the lack of proper data set is a common challenge in developing accurate pothole detection models. However, this limitation can be effectively addressed through data augmentation techniques. Data augmentation involves generating synthetic variation of existing data by applying transformations such as rotation, scaling, and translation. By augmenting the data set with diverse instances of potholes under different conditions, researchers can enrich the training data and improve the model's robustness to variation in road surfaces, lighting conditions, and camera perspectives. The further PPT will be explained by Vedant. Over to you, Vedant.
Thank you, Ruchi. Good morning, all. Good afternoon, all. I am Vedant Navangi, and I will continue with the presentation. Coming to the methodology, the flowchart here represents the generic flow of object detection models that have been used in the referred papers. Now, what is object detection? Object detection is a fundamental task in computer vision that involves identifying and localizing objects within an image or a video frame. A generic method for object detection typically involves several key stages, such as the data collection, data preprocessing, training, testing, and validation. Each stage plays a crucial role in the development and evaluation of an object detection system. Coming to the first step, that is the data collection. Data collection is the initial step in the object detection pipeline where diverse and representative dataset containing annotated images is compiled. This dataset serves as the foundation for training and evaluating the object detection model. The selection of an appropriate dataset is critical to ensure that the model can generalize well to unseen data and diverse scenarios. Following data collection, the dataset undergoes pre-processing to ensure consistency, quality, and suitability for training. The pre-processing techniques may include resizing images for uniform resolution, normalizing pixel values, augmenting data through techniques such as rotation and flipping to increase dataset variability, and balancing class distribution to mitigate bias towards certain object classes. The next stage involves training the object detection model using the pre-processed dataset. During training, the model learns to identify and localize objects within images by iteratively adjusting its parameter to minimize a predefined loss function. This process typically involves feeding batches of images and their corresponding annotations into the model, computing the model's prediction, and comparing them to the ground truth annotations to calculate the loss. Sorry. Once the model has been trained, it undergoes testing to evaluate its performance on unseen data. Testing involves feeding a separate dataset known as the test set into the trained model and assessing its ability to accurately detect and localize objects. Further, The object detection model undergoes validation to ensure its generalization and robustness across different datasets and scenarios. Validation involves assessing the model's performance on a separate validation set, which serves as an additional measure of its effectiveness and helps identify potential overfitting or underfitting issues. Ultimately, the researcher decides by meticulously comparing the models and opting for those with the highest accuracy and precision scores. In summary, the generic method for object detection involves data collection, pre-processing, training, testing, and validation. By following this systematic approach and leveraging appropriate techniques at each stage, researchers and practitioners can develop effective object detection system capable of accurately identifying and localizing objects in diverse fields. Next slide, please. Yes. Coming to the results. As you can see, the figure 1 represents the variations in the number of potholes in 2022 in Mumbai city over the 3 seasons. Then how did we categorize the seasons? Okay, the first one, February to May are the summer months, June to September are the rainy season months, and October to February are the winter season months. We see a gradual increase in the number of potholes from the summer to the rainy season and a decrease from the rainy to the winter season. Coming to figure 2 shows a comparison of the number of occurrences of potholes in Mumbai over the years. The years considered are 2019 to 2022. The numbers of potholes over the years has significantly reduced due to the detection of potholes and timely road maintenance done by BMC. The figure 3 compares the number of potholes in the 3 metropolitan cities in India, that are Chennai, Delhi, and Mumbai. The cities have varying weather conditions, which is why the number of potholes in the 3 cities vary. Next slide, please. Yes, coming to the conclusion. We have explored various techniques for object detection and processing images. Secondly, our investigation illustrated that various models exhibit different accuracies influenced by the parameters utilized in the both training and testing data. Lastly, notable discoveries encompass the achievement of real-time detection of prompt alert system through analyzing their intricacies, as well as enhancement of classification precision through the adoption of YOLO v5. Next slide. Listed below are the references of the paper cited in a review paper. Yes. Question and answers. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Since time is running out, I will ask only 2 questions to you. What is YOLO?
Ma'am, YOLO is an object detection technique called you only look once. As the in the above diagram, we have shown the process flow. YOLO follows a similar process flow to detect objects by finding boundary boxes in the images.
What?
Sorry, ma'am, you're not audible.
Whether it is supervised or unsupervised?
Ma'am, it is supervised.
Yes,
as we use.
Sorry, yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll continue. YOLO is a supervised learning technique because it uses training data set on which it is trained, and then it is tested using validation data set, as well as the data set which is used for training. It's supposed to have boundary boxes found around the images so that the model can learn the object which is to be detected in the image.
Okay. Are you aware about some cross-validation techniques?
Ma'am, there are K-fold cross-validation techniques.
Okay.
So, ma'am,
I
didn't understand the question.
Okay.
Can I? Sorry, can I ask one question, Vedanta?
Make it fast, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Regarding data collection, you mentioned what is the difference between the pothole and the sinkhole? Because why it occurs? Basically, it is because of the material that is used in the road while constructing the roads. And if the material is fragile, there is a sink or the pot created. Okay, and for that there are a lot of techniques to report using geophones or hydrophones to use sensors as sensors to collect the data. It will accurately give you the size, the parameter of the actual pothole. That will help you in articulating your data processing techniques.
Yes,
And in GIS, it is and in combination with geoseismic, that can be the ambiguities within potholes can be minimized by integrating these techniques. I think there is a lot of study done on this area. Uh, the figures which we have shown in Mumbai case is very interesting to compare with the other cities like Chennai. It is purely related to the your rainy season and the material affected on the road. So the in different terrains, it can affect pothole to sinkhole also. Sinkhole means it's much bigger. People are dying in Florida. It's in kilometers, in miles and kilometers size. So initially it shows as a pothole, but it can increase its diameter into sinkhole. So this can be detected using different sensor techniques and then process the data. You can use the various algorithms which you mentioned, machine learning and other things. But you need to understand more clearly why the pothole occurs and its magnitude. That can help you in identifying the attributes in pre-processing stage. That is what I want to convey to you, both Ruchi and Vedanta. Yeah, we can interact. I have given my email here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having us.
Paper ID 45. Please share
Yeah,
the screen.
ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Visible?
Yes.
Okay. Presentation mode, it is visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So I'm continuing with me. Yeah. So my name is Akanksha Singh and I'm a doctoral student in Gujarat Vidyapeeth, and I'm doing my thesis work in the field of sentiment analysis and Sanskrit literature, specifically Valmiki Ramayana. So before doing regressive research, we have come with a paper in which we have done regressive literature review. We have identified the problems and we have suggested few solutions for that, which is covered in depth in my paper, and glimpses of it is provided in this presentation. Continuing further, so with the introduction, what is Valmiki Ramayana? As we all know, it is the first literally poem of Sanskrit, which is given by Maharshi Valmiki. And it has the way in which it is written is poem in its structure. So in Sanskrit, we have dual type of text in which there is stanzas or sentences, and other is poem. That is, we know that is prose and poems. So, what are the various aspects of this epic? So, when we talk about Valmiki Ramayana, there is various aspects which we can see. One is cultural, ethical. We may see defense aspects also, and other aspects like political. And the more message of the Ramayana is, which is given to the people of India to be secular, sovereign, this kind of state. That's why Valmiki Ramayana has its in-depth root in the whole South Asian culture, and we can see the epic is taught in the schools of various other countries as well. So what is necessary to contribute Sanskrit literary texts like Valmiki Ramayana? So by doing aspect-based sentiment analysis or sentiment analysis, we configure that the various aspects which Ramayana is exhibiting. We have other techniques like named entity recognition, in which we can see that various entities which are involved in this literature and what are their significance to the text. Now, literature review part. In this, we have seen various literature surveys which are taken, but we didn't find any literature paper which specifically focuses on Sanskrit literature. So these are the related surveys or literature review which we have seen. In this, they have taken all Indian languages like Tamil, Gujarati, Bengali in their paper, and they suggested few ways, and they also showed some data where we can do sentiment analysis. And there is multilingual opinion manning Indian indigenous languages is reviewed in this also. So yeah, one more thing which we have found while doing literature review, that there is no Santi wordnet which is developed for specifically for Sanskrit literature. We have Gujarati wordnet, we have Marathi wordnet, but there is no Sanskrit Santi wordnet. Now, in literature review, we have come with various papers in which we have seen they have used various NLP models or algorithms for their paper. Specifically, we have taken that papers which are related to literatures, nearby literatures, and using methods, natural language processing methods and other methods for their outputs. And in this, we have find that sentiment analysis is a part, but not more work is done in that page. So here only this paper, that is BioSTM with zero shot learning, has done work on Sanskrit literature. In this paper, they have converted Sanskrit text into English translated text and compared with the given English translated text, in which they have achieved accuracy of 87.50 and with the sentiment classification accuracy of 92.83%. So on this, we have encountered two more issues, that is machine translation. While we are translating Sanskrit text to English text, there is some sort of discrepancies which we have found. And also, when we are talking about Sanskrit literature, in this, we are facing issues in compound words. For example, many words are combined into a single word. So to differentiate with its root words, it is highly challenging task. In this rule-based machine translation technique, we have seen for Hindi and Sanskrit text in our reference number 10. In this, they have achieved semantic evaluation 94% accuracy and pragmatic analysis 86% accuracy. And what challenges they are facing, that potential issue due to lack of context and consideration and language ambiguity and structure differences that we have seen, that Sanskrit is written in a specific way that there is structural and language ambiguity is high. So to attain that and to answer this type of challenges, we are came with our one, these are more literature reviews. We will see earlier as time is lagging out and I'm covering main part of my paper. So we come up with the main methodology process. In this, we are taking data, doing pre-processing step, whatever the text is taken, in that we are going to apply algorithms to identify the main root words, then expect identification. For example, there is a word Brahmastra. It is made up of two words like Brahm and Astra. So what kind of aspect it is having? So it is somewhat related to defense, weapons, and other things. So in that aspect identification, and after that sentiment lexicon, what is the polarity of the sentiments, then its analysis, if there is positive, negative, or neutral. Then contextual analysis also we have taken, because when we are talking about sentiment analysis, contextual and context is main essence of the sentence, and in a few techniques the essence of the sentence is gone when like bag of word techniques we have used and seen in sentiment analysis. So in that, if we are not keeping context in the research, then whatever output or result we are deriving, it may some sort of biases. Then visualization part, in this we are saying what aspects having, what type of sentiment it has, and what scores it is having. Interpretation and insights work is going on, validation and review. For this, we have taken human expertise as well. And finally, final results and discussion. So this whole methodology we are going to follow for this work. And yeah, we come up with literature, sorry, sentiment analysis for the Sanskrit literature, in which we are identifying aspects based and give their sentiment scores. That will be helpful for researchers as well. A methodology and process flow. This data collection, IIT Kanpur websites have Valmiki Ramayana data circle-wise. It is available in public domain. And Valmiki Ramayana critical edition by Oriental Institute of Baroda is also taken into consideration while doing this research, because the critical edition is accepted by the researcher community. So we are taking this as well. Now this is the trend which we have seen in Google when we use sentiment analysis. So from 2019 to 2023, we can see the increasing trends in Google. Now we are coming with conclusions. So sentiment analysis improves our understanding of Valmiki Ramayana in various ways. It allows researchers to discern and value the intricate emotions, intricate character development, and profound storytelling found in the Ramayana. Also, it uncovers the cultural and ethical aspects of the epic, providing an understanding of moral conflicts experienced by its protagonist and the fundamental principles of Dharma. It fosters cross-cultural comprehension by emphasizing how emotions depicted in Ramayana have surpassed cultural limitations and has an impact on art, literature, and value of across South and Southeast Asia. Now, researcher in this field promotes cooperation among specialists in literature, linguistic, computer science, and cultural studies. These are future enhancements. So sentiment analysis has been used in fact the emotional reactions of bibliophiles and scholars towards textbook in reviews, comments, and debates. We are extending that to Sanskrit literature and Hadorcon analysis, utilizing some advanced sentiment analysis method like emotion detection to identify, categorize their emotions. Contextual analysis we have kept in mind so that to comprehend the effective and circumstantial elements of Sanskrit text. And these were the references, and questions are invited. Hello, am I audible?
Questions from participants? Yes.
Madam, can I ask one question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure.
Akansha.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a nice presentation. And I haven't heard this sort of study before. I studied Sanskrit up to my graduation level.
Okay,
and I'm happy to see such a paper. And the contextual analysis is important.
Yes, sir.
And I think I can refer you to Dev Sanskriti Viswavidyalaya, Haridwar. And
okay, sir.
And Banaras Hindu University, BHU. They have been doing some studies. They have been studying the Sanskrit language analytics. And I think there is a scope of integrating your study with the previous presenters' papers. The concepts can be integrated in a way they have done, I think, in English, but you can incorporate Hindi and Sanskrit in the language analytics. I think there is a lot of scope and opportunity of your study. Are you a student in PhD?
Yes, sir.
Congrats and good luck with your PhD. And people are not doing much work in this area. I am happy to see your presentation, and I will be happy to share some of our work. Recently, we presented in Hyderabad. Presently, I'm in Perth, Australia. And Neelam Nayak, myself, we prepared a paper. I think that paper can give you very good ideas to extend those ideas in your research. I have given in the chat box my email. You can contact me if you want my ideas, and also you can contact Neelam Nayak. Thank you very much,
sir.
Akansha.
Thank you, sir. Any questions?
Akanksha,
Yes, ma'am.
I have one question that you have explained the sentiment analysis, particularly for Sanskrit language.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you studied the similar kind of work for the other Indian languages, local
Yes, ma'am.
languages?
Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm saying, because in literature review we have found that the work in this field, Sanskrit specifically, is very rare and scarce. Because other
Yes,
literature,
that
like
is true. But
because we do have, yeah,
have you
paper gone
studied
through
for
our,
the other languages?
yeah,
What sort of work they have carried and up to what percentage they have reached? Have you studied about it? Means like
yes,
say
ma'am.
Marathi language, for Hindi language, for Gujarati language.
I have studied for main languages that I'm from Gujarat. I have studied for Gujarati language. So that's why I'm saying Santi Wordnet in Gujarati is there, but Santi Wordnet in Sanskrit that it is not there.
It is in progress, I think.
Yes.
It is in progress. There is one project that we can find out, a Europe project and Europe and India. So they are, I think, developing this particular WordNet.
And in
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit field also, IIT Bombay is working, and in that they have, yeah, they have made WordNet. I have also implemented WordNet on my system, and I have found some kind of ambiguities, and I have pointed out to IIT Bombay also that this were the means lagging behind in these issues. So they are saying that we are working on that as well.
Okay. So have you studied some grammar rules for Sanskrit?
Yeah, there is means rule based approach in Sanskrit as well. We have sandhi, we have samas. So this is a part of rule based approach, and there are total 18 rules for sandhis.
Okay. 18 rules for sandhis.
Yes.
Okay. You obviously might have learned about the Panini's grammar and all.
Yes. So it is codified already, and we need to implement with algorithms.
Yes. Nice work, ma'am.
Thank you,
Best
ma'am.
wishes. Okay.
Any more questions?
If any other participants have question, can ask. Otherwise, paper ID 49. You please make your presentation.
Shall I leave, ma'am?
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am. Have a great day. Bye.
Hello. Hello, good evening to everyone.
Paper. Good evening.
I
Good evening.
will,
Paper ID
yeah,
49,
can you
na?
hear? Yes,
Yes.
I will share my screen once again.
Sivakanan Subramani, right?
Yeah, I'm presenting. I'm Ashwin.
Ashwin. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible. Please start your presentation.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm here to present my paper, the research paper I did for my uh in my college third sem, which is a deep learning approach for comprehensive multi-class classification of banana leaf disease. So, as an introduction, my paper revolves around three diseases and four classes, which is where three diseases is gonna be Cordana, Bastalotiopsis, and Sigatoka as diseases, and the fourth class, which is gonna be trained, is healthy. So totally there are four class which is trained for the model, and I have utilized like four models, which is MobileNet V2, AlexNet, Inception V3, and Wit Transformer. After the training process, mostly the transformer as a heavier model gave out a better accuracy, And in this research, my decision for going for a transformer was made because after reading a lot of paper on banana leaf diseases, they have used machine learning and deep learning as whole for most of the paper, and I just want to take a different approach of using a transformer, a visual transformer. And as problem statement, our context will be revolving around industry challenge. As in banana industry, they suffer a lot of loss due to the leaf um, catching up diseases such as these three diseases. And limitation like manual observation is still going on in the industry. Manually, they are observing all the leaves for the health of the tree in whole, and how better of a yield they're getting from each of the trees. And solution for this problem statement, I'm trying to use deep learning algorithm for this context, and leaving out machine learning because my base paper has used machine learning. So I just trying to use deep learning algorithms and automate this detection process, which as of now is going on in a manual observation phase. Impact and as early you detect these diseases, it's easier to have a countermeasure of how the soil can be fertilized better, or how the diseases can be taken care of. So these are the few researches which went on, and most of the paper use CNNs, and my base paper used machine learning algorithm where they used KNN and one deep learning algorithm which is SVM. And in one of the paper they revolved upon macronutrient deficiency of banana soil, and that also gave out a good amount of insights of what to do in machine learning as a whole. So in our methodology, my data set is split into three, which is train, test, and validate. So train and validate is given for the training process for the model, and it gives out accuracies respectively, train accuracy and validate accuracy. Before the split, the data is augmented using horizontal flip, blurring, Gaussian blurring, and scaling, etc., so that we can get the image in different perspective as we see through our eyes. So I wanted our model also to learn in that perspective and fetch out features. So this, so doing that can tackle problem for imbalances of classes and help in more accurate feature selection. So after we try to augment everything, so here as you can see, three classes which is Cordana, Healthy, and Petaloptopsis has very less amount of images, and Sigatoka is like dominant over the three classes. So I try to augment it properly, do heavy augmentation on these three classes. So giving out almost a good amount of split, and less imbalances are throughout the classes, like within each class. Yeah, so in process flow, our data collection, we had collected the data from three states. So we had to use cameras and try to fetch out pictures from Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu, or like most of my peers were there. And we got around 1,000 pictures, and then we augmented it and made around 2,279 pictures. And we really want to do more and take more pictures so that our models will be trained on a better and higher image set, so that it can actually give out more accurate decisions. And in data analysis, so yeah, our most of the data analysis revolved around how better the images and how good we can actually see the diseases like the spot diseases which is there, like Cordana and all. So yeah, the insufficiency and imbalances around the classes, and we had to take care of that. So we used these techniques to do that, which is Gaussian blur, cropping, contrast adjustment, translation, rotation, etc. Yeah, so when it comes to result and discussions, more algorithm we used as these four models, and with transformer gave a good, like the highest accuracy among the four, which is 98%. Inception V3 also gave 98%. We had to do a split training, which is we did two types of training on Inception V3 by changing the learning rate from 0.001 and 0.0001. So the later one gave out 98%. MobileNet V2 gave 87% and AlexNet gave 81%. So yeah, as everything goes, with Transformer stood out the most. And in testing process, we did have the test which is of 10% of the data, and we even took images from the internet and tried to test it on the model to give out uh, output, and it did give out perfect, like proper diseases, as it did identify the diseases in the. Yeah, so in conclusion, yes, well, the transformer did work better than most of the models, which was the three. It gave out precise classification of these diseases. Um, in agriculture, we want to enhance the whole model and how it works. We want to give it a user interface if we are trying to make it as a product in whole. And if it will help in agriculture, it would be for the best. And yeah, the future plan is, as I told, we want to expand our data set. 2.2K images is less for a very heavy model, so we want to get data sets of a higher range, like around 7K, 10K, 15K, so that we can do higher amount of training. And um, and one more factor was we want to add more diseases. Like, it's just not these three. There are way more, and Sigatoka itself has like 3 to 4 diseases as is sub disease. So we want to add them also so that it can give out like what exactly the disease is and uh, how correct it is and how relevant it is. Yeah, future enhancement goes in that way only. And these are the references. We added only the few which can fit in the slide. We didn't add every reference. We did around 20 papers, and 10 papers were used to write the paper, the research paper.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
Ashwin.
thank you. Yes.
Nice presentation by you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Data set, you have shown that some data set you have used for the purpose of multi-class classification. Whether the data set
Yes.
is created from you or it is already developed.
So we had a lot of problem finding a data set and reaching out to authors to give us data set, because we, as a paper we went through, there are many diseases and they have done better uh, projects and machine learning models on it. So we tried to reach out to authors and try to get papers, but that was not successful. So I had to reach out to people from Kerala and Tamil Nadu who I knew, because they had tree banana plants there. So we just told them to take some pictures whenever they have free time and give it to us. Then we cropped it to a place where the feature exists, so that all the images has a like almost similar dimension, so that the models doesn't get confused when getting trained. So we had to take it for ourselves.
So you have prepared the data set by
Yes.
your own,
Yeah,
reaching to
yeah.
that Tamil
Yeah,
Nadu and
people.
Kerala
Yeah.
people over there. Okay, but
Yeah,
banana is more
they're
famous
just
to
my
our
friends.
Akash. I would like to tell you, bananas are very famous to our city, Jalgaon, Dhule, in Maharashtra. So
Okay.
if you wish to increase your data set, you can reach here. There are lots of
Okay.
bananas, means banana gardens and banana trees. You can get many data set from here as
Okay,
compared
fine.
to that
Yes.
uh, Kerala and Tamil Nadu.
Okay, fine. Yes. Yeah, I
Okay.
will
So
try to
you have
reach out
taken
them. Yes.
photographs of that then?
Yes.
Have you taken photographs?
Yeah. We used a camera,
Camera.
this one.
And then you
Yeah.
have taken,
Yeah,
yes.
we cropped it and we made it into
Okay, okay.
our
So
data set. Yes.
what is the application of this? Why to implement the automatic process for identifying the leaf disease, banana leaf disease? Can we not do it manually?
Well,
Why
when
we
it
require
comes,
automated system?
it's just about, yeah, we can do it manually. Even now they're doing it manually because most of the models don't give out a perfect, accurate result. So it's just like a starting step of a vision, so that if there are a lot of diseases and they have pictures or data upon it, then it will be easier for them to segregate and have a like a data driven view on it, rather than the manual one, which might take a lot of time to do it. So if they already have a model which is trained on it and they have pictures which is from their farm or from their field, they can just add it to this, and they will get a segregated view of how many of them are, like what type of diseases they are and how to tackle them, which will be the future announcement.
Okay.
Madam,
Have you
sorry.
tested efficiency? Have you tested efficiency?
I
Accuracy
haven't.
measure.
Yeah, accuracy is there. The efficiency, I don't know if the manual testing is more efficient, well, because they will be better at doing their job. But
Okay.
it's
And
the
how much
whole
accuracy
reason
the
of this.
system is giving? How
Uh,
much accuracy?
the transformer model is giving around 98.
98.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why I wanted to just test the transformer in whole using pictures from internet too. So even that gave out a good class.
It is in
It gave out
percentage or what? It is
its
0.85.
percentage.
It is in
Its
percentage.
percentage. Oh, I should add it. Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So you might have prepared confusion matrix for this
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not.
We have prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
If anyone have question,
Uh,
please ask.
Ashwin, I'm not sure the cropping and camera may be accurate. The
Okay.
manual must be these techniques must be calibrated by the manual techniques also. Then you will clearly understand the scope of
Mm,
the banana leaf disease and to
okay.
incorporate in your models. That is an important point. And
Yeah.
the another one is LXNet, why it is less 81% of precision and recall compared to others.
Uh, I thought AlexNet would give out a better percentage because many of the paper has used AlexNet in their image training. But whenever I trained the model, I trained AlexNet for like 15 20 epochs for the image data, and it gave out around 81 to 83%, but it it always stayed around that range.
You can increase the number of
Epochs, I guess.
more samples.
Yeah, but it reached a peak, then it just stayed in that peak for the whole while. So I
Okay,
should
okay.
increase the image and try to
Mhm.
run these models again. Yes.
So, are you a
So I will
PhD
try to
student
reach out.
or
No, I'm
graduates?
I'm doing my master's, right?
Master, good luck, Ashwin,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Yeah,
wishing
thank
you
you.
all luck. And have a nice day.
Thank
Okay,
you, thank
bye
you.
bye. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for the opportunity.
I think all the presenters have finished their presentation. I will make a last call for paper ID 15 and for paper ID 39. Paper ID 15 and paper ID 39. If present,
I think, madam, dono same person is there. Rajat,
yes.
Rajat. Yeah. So I think he is
Rajat,
not present.
yes. Okay. Okay. So all the participants have presented well in this particular track. So, ma'am, should I conclude the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, madam. So I am first of all very much thankful to SVKM's Usha Praveen Gandhi College of Arts, Science and Commerce College, Mumbai, and Dr. Manisha Divte madam, that they have given me the opportunity to deliver this particular session or to handle this session. And then I'm very much thankful and happy to know Shastri sir here. So I think in future I can also be happy to contact to Shastri sir to increase my knowledge and to discuss about my topics and research. Shastri sir, may I communicate with you?
Yeah,
In
sure.
future?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are really happy. The senior persons like you are giving your valuable time in the discussion with such a young people, and the researchers, can take your help, and we can increase our ideas, and we can elaborate our ideas by your guidance, sir, in future. So I'm very much thankful to your presence here in this particular session, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you,
Uh, and-
Snehalata.
yes, thank you, sir. And
Madam, I just want to
Yes.
add, Shastri sir, every conference, he is always there to bless us, and sincerely, what he always gives critics to each and every presenter who is presenting the paper. So his contribution is the most in our conferences. Thank you, Shastri sir, once again on behalf of all the organizing committee of UPG College for this conference. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, I will be happy again to have your such a presence in our university's program also, sir. I have noted your email address and will communicate with you, sir, definitely.
Sir,
Not audible, sir.
Yeah.
Muted.
We'll be happy
So
to
you
get
are-
associated with your college. And I'm
Yes.
already doing some work with the Seema madam and
Okay.
also Neelam Naik. We published together some work, and I will be happy to extend my research ideas with other collaborators in your college. Especially Akansha gave me very good opportunity
Yes.
for improving the Sanskrit grammar through language processing analytics. So there is a lot of scope and opportunity. And
Yes.
Prem Kumar also, he has discussed some research in that area. So I will be happy to get associated in the coming years. This year I could not present the keynote address. I missed it, and because of some other activities here. But certainly in 2025, maybe we can make it. Thank you very much, Swapnali and Snehalata.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So without wasting time, I will just, in short, will conclude the session. We really received good papers in this particular session. I would like to congratulate to all the participants that they have presented their papers very well. So we have Sai Samarth Taluri, who have presented about the sentence simplification. Then we have the topic presented by Akash regarding music generation. Then we have Tanaya. She have presented about the cyber security in healthcare industries and challenges. Then we have Prem Kumar, who really have given a new idea to all of us, means presented a new and upcoming idea, which is about GAN and digital art. Then Charvi have nicely presented and given a example of nice presentation here in the session, which is about future of work. Then Mitali have presented object detection technique in a good manner. Then Akanksha have presented about the sentiment analysis in particularly the Sanskrit language, and the Shastri sir already have given a nice message for Akanksha. I hope Akanksha must have read that particular message. That particular language which is becoming rare, and the researcher, if are focusing on such a language, then definitely it will be a very helpful to India to keep alive such a languages. Then lastly, the last paper about deep learning approach for the multi-class classification of banana leaf diseases, which is presented by Ashwin. So all the participants really have presented very well. Their presentations are well. Some modifications or some future work, obviously they can do and can add more in their research. So as the organizers have asked me to declare one best paper award from this particular session, I would like to declare the best paper award on behalf of the organizer. And the best paper award in this session goes to paper ID 45, Akanksha Singh, for the paper title Analyzing the Progress Made in Sentiment Analysis, especially in the context of Sanskrit literature, including the problems faced and recommended solutions. Akanksha, are you there in the meeting? Akanksha, are you there in the meeting? Paper ID 45.
No, ma'am. I thought she had left the meeting. I think she had left the meeting.
So I think we have to contact her later so that you can.
Yes, ma'am. We have one group. So there what we'll communicate about this best
so
paper
please
awards.
just make a note that the best paper award for this session
Yes,
we declared
I have
for
noted it.
Okay. So once again, I'm very much thankful to the organizers. Thank you to Shastri sir and all the participants. I'm thankful that they have really presented well here in the session. Thank you, one and all.
Yeah. Thank you, Snehalata madam, and thank you, Shastri sir, on behalf of UPG College and SVKM management for giving your contribution to our international conference. And we have seen that both of you have actively engaged the session in the most live spirit. And specifically, Shastri sir, he was always there for all the participants, giving the critical evaluation. And that was something which was very much motivating, because he was able to point out what are the areas of improvement. And equally, madam, you have also asked very wonderful questions, which gives the insight into the future areas of research and what are the directions that students have to take further. So thank you to both of you and all the participants who have participated in this international conference. And we look forward for all of your participation in our future upcoming conference in 2025. So thank you once again, everybody. And with this, we close our session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.